In this game, Cezary was playing white and Robin was playing black. And it was quite an interesting game. Yeah, white plays this Joseki. There is also a Joseki like this, which we all know, but this move is also possible. Black goes into the corner and white encloses black, and now black plays double handed. So usually we can see Joseki with this move, then maybe white continues or maybe not. But black this time can play the cutting move because the ladder doesn't work. Back in the day it was this Joseki was played by black even if the ladder works for white, but it was bad because white is getting very strong here. But if the ladder doesn't work, then this is an even result. So yeah, white now goes up. And black can still pull out the stone when black wants, but it's also not necessarily that good because, I mean, maybe it's possible, but if white can easily make a shape on the bottom and also be strong on the left side, then it's not that good. Maybe like this. Maybe like this. I'm not sure which pulling out of the stone is good. Maybe for now better to not pull it out at all. Black plays a Hasami, yes, makes sense. Pincer, white also counter pincers. Black plays this one, and now Cezary's move surprised me. White jumped out. I thought that it's better to play, I don't know, from the outside. And this move looked to me like a bit thin because black is already strong here. Black can still have a move here and still can jump out. So we are fighting in a place where it is difficult for us to fight. This is what I thought. But in fact, AI also recommends this move, so it's also a good move. Black jumps out, and now white simply created the shape with this combination, which I was also not sure about. It seems that we just fixed black's shape, but yeah, we also got stronger ourselves. Yeah. AI suggests this move. Probably like this. Interesting, but I don't know. Like this looks very natural. What happened in the game? But then I thought that Cezary will try this move. I don't know why not. Probably because he was scared that black can play actively, and then not go back simply, but play this very strong peep. If white plays here, then black plays here. So white needs to play here, but then it becomes good for black. It's quite unexpected, but it looks good. In fact, it works. So that's why the attachment is not a good idea. Unless white has some counter, but I am not sure. Probably it's very risky for white. So better to play like in the game simply, or to play like this. Also looks like a good move, which gives a possibility to connect afterwards. And now white should have peeped, no matter what white plays elsewhere. That might look a bit surprising. Usually we don't like to play these peeps inside for the outside, but now black gets this peep and it's so painful because not white has a nice, already kind of an eye shape, but black and white is a stick. So it's a general thing about such fights of jumps. Yeah, it might happen in a position like, I don't know, like this. It's quite important who plays this one. Even though usually we don't like to play such moves, to play peeps, if the distance between the two one-space jumps is exactly like this, they have distance of two intersections, then it becomes quite an important thing who plays the peep, because who plays the peep, they get the eye shape and destroy the eye shape of the opponent, even though they connect the opponent's shape. So very often then in such situations it's a good move, and this is one of such situations. It is a good move. Black managed to peep and then plays here, plays on the outside. In fact, if not peep or like after the peep, I rather expected a knight's move. Why not knight's move? It looks more connected with where the fight is happening, like with this side of this place of the board. But anyway, that's a detail. Maybe I'm even not correct. These are very nice moves by Robin, and this is also good. Even though it's also possible to play from the outside, I believe, because black is already alive here. But on the other hand, like this, we are not taking territory on the right side. White goes out. I didn't expect an attachment. It certainly helps black to create territory. I expected this move. instead, but white attached. And then with this gathered power, white jumps out, black attaches, and now white is not afraid of playing to the outside. I thought that maybe white is afraid and white plays like this. But in fact, then black creates such a healthy group, such a nice box, little box. Here we can turn later, and maybe white wants to avoid this, but then we can play here. So maybe rather white should play on the side. In fact, black will probably play not a turn, but on the bottom, because here there is still a lot to take. So white extended, which is a very active move, which puts a lot of pressure on black's group. But then I think that black should try this cut, because for now white cannot sorry, white cannot capture black stones. Even better like this. And this would put white's group into a big trouble. Even if it can live, it's quite painful to live. Like, okay, maybe we can even tenuki, but even if we can tenuki, it's painful. So white, I don't know. I think that white would not dare to play like this, and white would just pull back. But then it's a good exchange, and we can play whatever we want. We can play either like this or like that if we are not afraid. But black just simply jumped a few times, and then white has a chance to play this move, but white played that one, also a very big move, but then maybe better here, or maybe better here to take more care about this weakness, because in fact after this move it's still possible for black to go in, and yeah, it might be a bit problematic fight for white, I believe. So white's move was maybe a bit too greedy, but black plays away, and probably the bottom is still more important. But that place is also very important. Now black goes into the corner very beautifully. Yes, it makes sense. Yeah. And then turns, leaves the group. I don't know if I would leave it. Maybe I would continue. And I would not be afraid about this group. Maybe black is afraid that when white blocks, white creates a nice box, and maybe at the same time put some pressure on black. But I think that even now black can tenuki, but maybe we are afraid and we would add a move, but then black plays here, white plays here. So that's too much. Maybe black can also play a bit better here. I am not sure. Is this better if we play like this? The classical continuation. I am not sure if it's better, but it's for sure possible to consider it. I don't know how to play exactly, but this also looks good. Black turns, and now white starts an attack. So this is very tricky and smart, because white can capture black stones like this, so black needs to connect. And now black made a very, very big mistake, unfortunately. So Robin jumped to here, but then white can cut. And black has not enough liberties to capture white. If black destroys the liberty, then white can play Atari. No, sorry, not like this. Better to Atari like that and that. So in this way, black dies. But instead, black could jump to here, and then black can simply go out. So this is much nicer for black. This is a success for black, and white's moves can be called unsuccessful if, as a result, black connects the stones. So the only thing white can do right now is to play from the outside, like this, but it's risky, or like that, but it's also risky. So black already gained maybe some possibility of creating an I shape on the top, and also black can create I shape on the left side. So I am sure that like this, black would manage to live, also destroying white here, white shape here. So in fact, it's also not good for white. So I really don't know what to play. Maybe white should play this one, but then also black connects, or maybe even black tries something stronger, but probably not needed and too risky. Here, yeah, and black can be relatively satisfied with what happened and maybe jump out and not be afraid of white's jumping in. All right, but in the game we see this move, which is a mistake. White cuts, and then if I was black, I would still consider some options like, I don't know, here. And maybe we can hope to create life, but maybe white would not be so nice to us. But then we can cut, and it's still a bit unclear what will be. So it's interesting. And then white might also play double-handed. This is a good move. Like this, we would die. So instead, we can play like this. I don't know if it's a good variation for black. For sure, it's some compensation. In the game, black played like this. And in fact, black also managed to get some compensation because black got here nice stones, which let black go to here. So white now plays Atari. And black plays Atari from this side. And then Hane Hane, yes, makes sense. So in the end, black manages to enclose white, but white gets center and white can play here. So I think that this would be good for white, but white instead played a cut. And this was a bit too much because at first we lose quite a few points. Then we still need to go back. And in fact, we lose even more points because we will for sure need to play here. And then still black has center to manage the situation around here. So in the end, probably we still will need to connect like this. But then yeah, then it's no better than playing like this. So to prove that the moves were not very unreasonable, now Cezary continues the fight and tries to run out with these stones. And probably Cezary did all of this because he's still hoping to attack that group of black. It's a bit unrealistic because this group has a lot of space. Maybe it can even put some pressure on white's group. Certainly on these two stones, it can put some pressure. So black will certainly manage to create two eyes. And for now, black plays this very strong move. And an unexpected thing happens because white thought that now white will just play like this, and black will be in trouble. But black starts a ko. And why can black do it? Because black has a threat, and even more than one threat. So now black captures back, and it's difficult for white. If white loses the ko, then it's terrible for white. What happened? It would be better to play like this, of course. But it would be even better to not start this fight at all, because in the end we are just running with such an ugly shape and we are losing so much on the side, and still black will manage that group for sure. So maybe white should have fought. Maybe white should have played the co-fight and should play this threat. Black captures, white captures very big. 10, 12, 14, plus destruction of black's points, which is 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it is 14 plus 15, already like 30 points, plus we have a possibility of playing here. So it is like 30 points in center. And then, in fact, if white really wants, white can still play this move to still threaten a little bit this group. But it's unreasonable, of course, and it would be proper to play this one. So in fact, I'm not sure what white was afraid of, because in the end, here we don't lose that much, and here we gain really a lot. So we can play this fight, this co-fight. Maybe white was afraid that now black goes out with the stones, but then white can probably capture that group of black, or even if not capture, but yeah, sorry, like even if not capture, then we gain a lot on the outside, so it's still a big gain. But then on the other hand, black attacks us here on the bottom, so it's of course complicated, but it's good for white. It's good for white. But in the game, white didn't play the ko. Maybe white just thought that it's pointless, because like, all right, but this ko threat doesn't lose anything, so we could play it. But white might have thought that then black also has more threats. But then maybe even this one is big enough. Maybe it is big enough. And then, well, the next threat of black is already a big, big loss. And now it starts making much more sense to pull out those stones, which white wants to pull out, because the group of black becomes weaker after such bad exchanges made in the ko. But in the game, white just finished the ko now, so the position becomes very good for black. Now black just simply makes life. And yeah, black is good. Now white's proper move would be playing something like this to create this moyo, but white is afraid that then maybe white has not enough to win the game, so white tries to complicate a bit and starts a fight in the corner. But that's very risky. Black black probably should have played here, even if it gives white this, because then black destroys all the side On the other hand, it also makes sense to play like black played in the game, because now we can pull out. Yeah, so push through. So yeah, so it's also very risky for white. Black gets a lot of points and loses that territory. Like risky, not risky in sense of that the group is weak, but like we are losing a lot. So in fact, it's still not good for white. Yeah, this is what we see in the game. This is an interesting move, and maybe not needed. Maybe it is easier to play like this and continue the game simply. This is quite big, I think. But black tries something more creative, and it's also good. Black connects. Yeah. And white gets really little from all this bottom. For what price? For destroying black the corner. But black in the corner could have had only, I don't know, up to 20 points, like rather 15. And white could have had much more. So only the advantage of black grew, I think, in these moves. Now white needs to go back. Black connected, so black hopes that white needs to add a move. If white does not, then black can play here, and white is dead. Sorry, white is not dead. White plays here. Aha. So white is not dead. So black, if black wants to kill white, black needs to play this one and then this one. And if white plays here, then it becomes a call. Yeah. So black can kill in call, but before white leaves, white cuts. So this is quite an agi, and in fact, black could have, and maybe in a way should have, just added a move here, because black has a very big advantage. Black can easily win this game. But in the game black connected, which is also a good move, then white cuts. White doesn't want to just add a move here, so white cuts, trying to make some chaos, but in fact it doesn't work. And black might have just played here, and now black has one more liberty than white. So black's victory will be very big. Black will have much more points than white. But black didn't push once more. And this is a very big mistake. Because after this move, after black played this move, white has one more liberty. And suddenly, this big territory of black, almost 20 points, becomes white's territory, 10, 15, and also black's previous move becomes useless because white is just alive. And now suddenly white gets an advantage and black resigns. So very tragic ending to this game. Robin played very well, but then this one oversight and the game just finished. Yeah, interesting. And congratulations to Cezary for winning the game. But yeah, very interesting game, going a bit back and forth. But in general, Robin had an advantage for a lot of time. Yeah. So that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for this long session today. That's it about the season 22. Good luck in the next season. I believe there will be still one more season before the holiday, like before summer, before Polish Summer Go Camp and the European Go Congress. And there are 2 unplayed games, or like 4. If any of them is played still, then I will review it offline and publish it on YouTube. All right, that's it for today, and see you. Bye-bye.